Okay, guys, so I'm super excited. It is April and big things are happening on this team. I am seeing like tremendous growth. It's been a while. So normally we do this on Wednesdays nights, but with the parties that have been going on and the meetings and just like month end and all of that other jazz, like I lost track of it. So I wanted to get back into it. Oh my God, he's so cute. Look at the little baby. So today, I just wanted to share some things. I feel like this has been on my heart and just kind of, I've been asking the universe to guide me every time I do this, every time I have an urge. So if you don't know me, I'm Kayla Holtzclaw. I am your Diamond leader and I live in the middle of nowhere, New York. I joined the business back in March of 2017 and really, so my enroller is actually Sarah Neerman, which is your triple diamond. And I originally joined after a fight with my husband about diapers because I had recently decided to quit my 9-to-5 job that I had had for 2 years to be a stay-at-home mom. And instead of maybe trying to look for a side job or a night job, I was angry and mad at my husband because he wasn't making more money like happen in the account. And we unexpectedly hit some car repairs and eventually my savings was just drained. Unexpectedly, that's what life happens. So everything that we'd had, just as new parents, we weren't sleeping. I wasn't talking to friends. I wasn't really communicating with family. I wanted something different. I really couldn't bear the thought of losing a friend because I'm owning a business. So like that was my big thing. I was super skeptical. I wasn't really sure if I could actually make money from my phone doing this. And I was really afraid of what my friends would think because I had heard it before and I had, joined in on that salty rampage. And I was like, well, I really like this company. I read great things through Forbes magazine actually about them. They had a good reputation for being just around good energy, and you don't normally find that in a work environment. So that totally touched base. And one day I was like tired, like so sick and tired of arguing with Tom about getting a soda from the gas station at lunch. You know what I mean? It was over stupid stuff like that. And instead of like just crying about it and arguing with him, I was like, I need to put my big girl panties on and do something about it. So the first thing I did was I started hunting. I started hunting for a night job or blogging. So that back then that was kind of big, but I wasn't really keen on blogging. So next thing you know, I remember this girl from Instagram and I joined and I did everything she told me to do. I reached out to all of my family and friends. I reached out to everyone on my Facebook friends list within like 4 days. And at that time, I had a lot of Facebook friends, so I won't, like I had 2,000, I think that's a lot to me at least, 2,000 Facebook friends, and then I had maybe like 100 Instagram friends. I didn't really have a lot of Instagram friends. But I completely shot through them. I got my first 4 customers, but it's because I talked to everybody, and then I followed up a lot. So the minute that anybody told me or asked me, what is it? I'm interested. Tell me more. You went on my list, and then I followed up with you the next day if I didn't hear back from you from the get-go. And I was like, hey, so I know that, I'm super guilty of this. I get distracted all the time from reading the text message. Were you able to check that out? Were you able to read that? And just being like myself, usually I would voice chat or I'd even call the person depending on who you were. And I begged my grandma because I knew that she would buy from me. She's been my like #1 supporter my whole life. So you go to your dirt list, like who are the people who would buy Girl Scout cookies from you? And I was challenged to do so in order to get by the way, if my birds are bothering you, please just give me like a 1 in the chat. I know that they can kind of bug me sometimes and get caught off guard, so I don't want it to do it for you too. But okay, So I talked to everybody I knew, and I got a free t-shirt. So I thought that was really cool. And I was immediately welcomed to this group, the Dash to Diamonds page. If you're not in that, you need to tell me, because it's like amazing. So you get so many different tips. You can ask questions in there. It's just everybody's cheering you on. I love to personally shout out my team. Like every little thing that you guys are doing, whether it's you're killing it in your posts, you're enrolling like crazy, you've got 10-minute posts up, or you're just staying true and accountable to yourself, I want to shout you out. I want to know about it, okay? So I went diamond within my first year of the business. I was actually making 4 figures a month though, probably, let's see. So I joined in March and I reached the Ruby promotion by June. So I was probably making 4 figures a month around then. And that was because that was in between me, my paycheck, and my husband's paycheck, and my fast start bonuses. So I actually didn't enroll my first DT for 2 months into the business. I was too scared. That was not something I messaged for, and I'm a little picky about it on Facebook now, and I let more people come to me. I feel like it's a commitment. I really do believe in the attraction marketing there, but I also kind of ask people on Instagram if I think that we would collaborate well. Yes. So, and you never know who's going to need this or when, because that's exactly what happened to me. Somebody reached out to me on Instagram, and then 6 months later, I was like, yes, I'm in, because my whole life just changed. I decided to, quit my job. And I wasn't planning that. You just never know. I went diamond, and then, like, I feel like a lot of us look at diamond as a unicorn status, and it's very, like, you're like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that because it's $2,000 a month, right? It's what you would get paid for a 40-week job. That was, and I started seeing those paychecks, and I'm making more now than what I ever did with my last job. But when I went diamond, I feel like I kind of settled there. I thought it was this like pedestal, and then I reached it, and I was like, now what? Do you know what I mean? And you get stuck. I wasn't sure where to go, so the money kept coming in. We kept saving, and then we were going to vacations, and we were able to buy Wade and do his birthday, and then Christmas, and another car thing. And I can't even tell you, the fast start bonuses have saved us on so many different accounts where just life has happened. We had a fuel bill hit us that we weren't expecting, or his sister had trouble and needed a car right away because of her own stuff, and she lives states away, and we were able to help her. We were able to give back and all of these things, but still I was kind of like, why would I want to go double next? I really had to spend the last year, I think, thinking about it and when you promote, it's a decision. It's a decision. It's you're either gonna do it or you're gonna die. Like that's kind of how I felt when I went diamond, is I have to do this or I'm not gonna be able to stay at home with my baby full time. That was just it. That was my line. That was my drawing line. Like, why did you join? And you kind of have to put your why in your face all the time. Mine is always in my face. It's because I take care of them every day. But some of you guys have to wait a little longer for all that to happen. And you have to like I just had to go as fast as I could. But it's a mindset shift, and during that time, we get really caught up in looking left and right when we start, seeing that the people who enrolled at the same time, and you're like, oh, they're going up, and I'm still kind of here. What does that mean? And it's because you just haven't decided to go to the next level. And each promotion, I have learned something new about myself and about my leadership skills and about just about being a good rep. It's really about being a good rep and staying accountable to yourself and learning self-discipline and time management. These are things that I wish people would have taught me in school, y'all. Like way back in school. Instead of this math, which has helped me obviously with charting purposes. But for this, I feel 90% of it is mindset. So how I do that and how I get out of those like crappy places, because if you're looking side to side, you're gonna start talking about, you know, how come this person is getting this and I'm not, or you're gonna feel like this person's promoting, but you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes and all the work that they've had to do to get there. Their post may be pretty, they may be smiling, but there's definitely some stuff always going behind the scenes during a promotion month. I think with every promotion, the devil talks a little bit harder and tries to tell me that I'm not capable of these big, amazing, beautiful things, because when you're charting and you get those numbers and it scares you, you're like, yo, that number looks way too big. I can't do it. When I went diamond, I needed like 5,000 plus in volume that month. I had a leg quit on me and I had another leg cancel like 10 days before the end of the month. And I remember freaking out, and I had all sorts of problems between old customers and like seriously every order I put in, I think I had like some kind of error. Just the devil was trying to stop me. It was, I just knew I was on the other side of a really big blessing. And you got to know that too. Life is not trying to happen against you. It's happening for you, so that when you come out on the other side, the only person who can take credit for that is God or the universe or whatever the heck you want to call it. But you're like, that shit sounds so crazy. It can't just be me. You just have to keep working for it, though. You have to keep staying consistent. And how I do that is with a few things of my business. And you have to be making sure that you're doing all of these things at least a little bit every single day. So that's reaching out, okay? That's following up, making new friends. I do interact. Self-develop is huge, okay? And I feel like I'm missing something. Stories is a big one too. That's kind of like a new priority on my list. People need to get to know you, and your stories feature is the best route. I go through your stories very genuinely, and I feel like that's how I get to know you. I may not be right there in your town, but you and I are going to feel like best friends, and we have to, because that's my job through social media, and that's how you're going to get people to join your team and how you're going to get them to buy from you, is building that connection. So that's going to go for my tip. I heard this tip today, which actually I've heard from another girl on the squad, and I didn't even think to just shorten it a little bit. So Instagram, okay? When you get somebody who, my account is private, so every time somebody friend requests me, I have to accept it back, and I can immediately look at their profile. So I am actually, when I get these friend requests, I'm going to their page once they've followed me, and I'm saying, hold on, something really simple, like I'm giving them a genuine compliment. Let's see. Thanks so much for the follow. You're literally so sweet. I actually talked about this girl's baby today. I was like, your little boy is absolutely adorable. I seriously cannot wait to get to know you guys more. And it's just something as simple as that, and being friendly and my open self, because that's what you're gonna do. You build those connections, and then they're gonna watch your posts, and they're gonna see more that you're more than just an It Works rep. So don't just post about products and the business opportunity. Talk about your favorite music, you know, your cooked meals. Like, what are you making for dinner? Are you reading a book? Are your kids being cute? I can't even tell you how many times where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this moment is so awesome. I'm just gonna pull out the phone real quick, and let's hope we can get it on Instagram. And if not, whatever, it's okay. We'll hope better for the next time. Quotes. I look at my platforms as a representation of me and how I wanted to be when, you know, I want to be the person that I needed when I was like 12 years old. Okay, 13. The girl that needed the empowerment, and she needed the words of encouragement, and she needed kind of a kick in the butt to like get going, because there's been too many times where I've sat and I've cried over the wrong things and gave myself a pity party for far too long. So I do a lot of research. I actually watch Zooms every single day of other leaders and seeing what they're doing, and then I kind of morph it into my own business and want to try it out. Whatever I kind of get this urge or excitement for, just like that, like that's a reach out message to anybody who follows me. But it's not talking about my business and it's not talking about the products. It's building that friendship first. I really like that. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it. And then on Facebook, I really love post to post because people are more than willing to just do that. And then you have leads. You have people who are like, I want to lose weight. And you didn't have to message them, man. That's the best part. I don't know about you, but like that was the scariest part for me as a new distributor. And it took me just a quick second to do it, but as soon as I got over one, I was able to do it again and again and again and again and again. And you gotta just kind of like do it in a very nonchalant, here you go, no BS way. I don't tell people like, oh my God, Laura's so profile is so cute. Da, 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 da. No, I don't try to go on and on and on anymore. I'm really just trying to get to the point and quick about it. So, but friendly, you know? Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Spouse. So I don't know if anybody has had a spouse or maybe even a family member and you're on your phone and they're like, oh my God, do you ever stop? Or it's just so annoying. Like you're always on your phone or you're constantly arguing about it. I have been there, okay? On both sides of the spectrum. One side is, you know, I hear my family say it a lot, like not my husband, but more so people outside, like immediate family. Don't you ever stop. If people aren't bitching or complaining about your work ethic, you're not working hard enough. That is something I learned from Cami Pentecost, and I believe it with all of my heart now. Because ever since I have like gotten laser focused about my business, about staying consistent and doing these things every single day for myself, it's changed my life. Like not just my paychecks. It's helped my marriage. It's helped me as a mom. It's helped me as a leader, as a friend. I read books, usually typically right first thing in the morning. Audible. My biggest one lately has been Goliath Must Fall and Necessary Endings, which was also recommended by Cami Pentecost, and it was the bomb. If you have a hard time with people quitting in your business or people bailing out, like customers just trying to give you the runaround and you just can't get over it, you need to read that book. It's life-changing. So there's that. And when you are having a pity party or you're going through a funk, be careful who you turn to. It's really easy to turn to the wrong distributor and then instantly you both are complaining or venting, quote unquote, about, you know, your businesses, your charts, your teams, and it becomes a very toxic, negative vibe. Don't ever reach out. Like, so if I'm having problems or like frustrations, I'm not going to reach out to a downline about it, okay? I'm going to reach up. I'm going to reach up to a leader, and then if, you know, like Sarah's not available, I've gotten pretty close with certain sidelines. Don't ever be afraid to make friends with the girls on these Zooms because they can change your life too. I know that I have helped personally 2 people go diamond just by telling them I believe in them on a regular basis the months that they went diamond. They were like not even trying to work. It was so crazy. And that's what I love about this business. So when I went diamond, okay, I had a mindset shift of, wow, I did this, I started this for me to make money for myself. And now I want to help other people do what I just did because that felt freaking awesome. It does. It feels like you're on cloud 9 forever, okay? I just kept running with it. I was having I was doing Zooms for Ali Frazier. I was doing Zooms for Hope Weston. I was doing Zooms for Casey. Oh gosh, what's her name? I can't even think of her. Elizabeth. I did Zooms with Jade. I did 2 Zooms with Jade. That was cool. That was so cool, and it was like really exciting. But I was like, okay, so that's when a lot of my everything changed. I got into schedule blocking. So I have a YouTube video I can always send you guys for that. But being a stay-at-home mom, I don't have a job, okay? I don't, people can tell me all the time that they're super busy and they have this, that, and their other. And mine is either I'll get caught up not working all day because I've spent a lot of time with family, or I noticed, I'll get so busy that I don't put my business into the day either. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, how does that work? So that was in the beginning. And then I started, I tried to plan it out through my planner, and that wasn't working. And then a top leader, Sarah or Jade, actually recommended this schedule blocking YouTube video. And I have this with me all around the house. And I even schedule my sleep, which I'm really bad about keeping that promise to myself, just because I tell myself I can deal without it. That's just me. I'm going ambassador, okay? Like I got shit to do. So like that's how I see it. I've been pushing super hard for 3 months now for triple, and I feel so good, okay? I feel so good to be in a push group. So I started a push group. If anybody wants to be a part of it, just let me know. It is you're staying consistent to yourself, and I stay consistent to I started it for me, y'all. Like I'm a blue personality. I love community. I love lots of people, and I love this challenge. So I'm a little bit of red every now and again. I feel like I'm a chameleon. That's why all my personality tests can't tell me what color I am. I do this, and it holds me accountable, which then you guys can learn the self-discipline that I learned a long time ago, when Sarah put me in a push group, because that's what it teaches you every day, to work your business in like an hour to 2 hour increments. And then if you start like really wanting to work more, you just do. I love it. If I could work all day, I would, but I have a kid. Like he's my priority. We're going to deal with him, and I want to teach him colors and all those fun things and potty training. And yeah, so we're just going to enjoy the time while I got it. So while I do that, okay, I have to map it out. So we've got his nap time on here. We've got activity time together. And like today, I was able to actually message extra during activity time because he was pretty occupied with coloring, and I taught him the colors while I was actually able to message, because Connect is the bomb, y'all. So printing Facebook lists also helps you if you're trying to message and you're like me and you like a visual. But I've got playtime on there, saving time, such as picking outfits the night before, knowing, what errands I need to run the night before, making these lists, holding myself accountable, and just bringing this with me everywhere I go, creating a routine. Or they say that changing a bad habit is just making it a good one. So you condition yourself with something new, you replace it with something different. And I used to be so different than what I am now. I feel like I would procrastinate, and now I refuse nothing but the best version of myself. I know that I am capable of doing really hard things that other people probably aren't willing to do, or maybe even scare them. Like, I'm a beast. It's fine. I'm just going to keep going. But that's what has, brought in the money for us. And I believe that our team is freaking ambassador worthy. Like, we are like going for it. And I just paving the way. I have these notes all around my house. Right in front of that door, it says, "You are double diamond." Right here in front of my video, it says, "You are worthy. Ambassador is yours." Right here, it says, "I am double diamond." Right here it says trust in the Lord with all your heart. On my fridge it says you are capable. On my bathroom mirror it says you are double diamond. It also has the number on what I need. Don't be afraid to speak that stuff out into existence. Like, the universe wants to grant you those things. I learned another awesome little trick from somebody who is about abundance, and I mean, it sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but it's you feeling it and you telling yourself that you are here at the universe's service. I'm here for your whatever you want to do with me, okay? This is what I want to do today. This is what I want to accomplish. But I've got maybe this, and this in my way. I'm a little maybe nervous about this. What do you got for me? You know, do your magic. What do you got? I am open, just guide me, lead me, and I will kind of listen to those urges all throughout the day. That's what I mean. Like, today, something urged me to talk to all of y'all about this. And I don't know why, but it's gonna help somebody, and I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and it's gonna help somebody out there, and then whatever. So forth. We're gonna pay it forward, okay? I've done it before. God is good. And so just a lot has changed. And then conference, phenomenal. Conference was just, it was a breath of fresh air. I needed to get away for a little bit and spend that time. If you guys can ever, oh, which reminds me, locals, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna buy the live event, okay? And I was thinking, if you're not local, maybe we can come up with a weekend together and y'all can travel here. I'm gonna buy the live event that they just hosted in Canada. They're gonna host in Canada, I think, on Saturday. Yeah, it's like a 5-hour training. And I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited because I'm an event girl. Like, I scream, like, ah, fangirl, I dance, I super pumped. So I'm definitely getting that, and I figure we all can watch together. I'll get some popcorn and notes out, and we'll have a blast. Maybe pizza, be a girl's day. What else do I got? Which reminds me, if you have local team, don't be afraid to get them together. Don't be afraid to get them on a Zoom, do working Zooms. Whatever you hear for a good idea for your own team, go out there and do it, have at it, have fun with it. I encourage you, I empower you to do so. And just seriously get some laser focus. Hi, Peanut. I just thought Wade some pull-ups. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Hi. So I think that's Saturday. I think that's all I've got. My biggest thing was over the last year, the hardest part was getting over that hump. And I had people quit on me, you know, that I didn't expect. And I let that kind of slow me down for far too long. And I just want to say, like, you didn't join for anybody else but you and your future and your family. And oh, sweet dude, my 40-minute time up just came as fine, but that's okay. I don't need unlimited. You can do it. Like, that's kind of where I came from. I've had people just not believe in me. I've had best friends tell me that I wasn't gonna make any money doing this, and now I'm living in a better house in a better part of town, and my whole life has changed. So it's, you know, it's not their life to go, not their life to live, and not their dreams to kind of miss out on, right? Like, all of that stuff thought in the back of my mind is, when I'm 80 years old, am I going to think back and be like, hey, I could have totally did that. Why didn't I just try? What if I would have done that? Would I have been able to stay home with my first baby, you know? And because I did, it changed everything. So mindset, what's tonight? Thursday. So we have Sarah Neerman's training at 9 p.m. Eastern. Usually I can, oh gosh, her code is 460-413-5538. And I think that was it. So I'm super, super excited about this month. A lot of y'all are promoting and earning life-changing bonuses. Like so much is happening, guys, right now. I've got charts like pretty much all over my house right now. I've already talked to my husband and been like, yo, you're gonna have to help me out with cleaning and meal prepping and all of that jazz because we are just doing it. Okay, so we're gonna end this now. Thanks for hopping on. I'll see you guys later. Bye.